Pop Squat, coming at ya. I did the drawing for the 15,000 subscriber thingy-majiggy giveaway thing, and this is the person. So if this is you, Mr. or Miss or Mrs. or Mix Silver, please contact me, papasquatjon8@gmail.com. Or you can reach out over Twitter at JONLEITH. That's my Twitter account. And there you go. We're going to listen to something that was sent in by... Who sent me this? By Seth. Seth has actually sent in a few things over the last few weeks. And this one is possibly a little weird. MrGirl. And the song is I Can Fantasize About Whatever I Want. I read through this doc already because there was a warning up here, right here. Warning, this article, MrGirl, may contain material that is disturbing, such as pedophilia and violence. So we're going to read a little bit about Max Carson here, better known as MrGirl, or known online as MrGirl, is an American YouTuber known for his positive review of the Netflix movie Cuties, which I have to admit I didn't see, and I think it was about little kids. But I don't know what the significance of it was. French coming of age, written and directed, okay, feature films, ensemble cast is led by, okay, yes. Okay, upon seeing a suggestive youth talent show one day, as well as her experience as a Senegalese French person, she said that it is intended to criticize the hypersexualization of pre-adolescent girls. With over 18 months of research, the script won an award in 2017 Sundance Film Festival. Cuties premiered in Sundance. So anyway, because the movie is about hypersexualizing underage girls, could be boys too, anyone, of course there are going to be people who take that the wrong way and think it's the purpose of it is to hypersexualize these kids instead of making the point of like, this is not a good thing. So anyway, we'll get into this a little bit more. So he liked the movie Cuties. He makes, in his own words, challenging nonpartisan social commentary, as well as satirical videos with the MrGirl persona. He, was originally a game YouTuber, started a series called MrGirlsplaining, where he would upload short clips of himself narrating his opinions on various subjects, with his first video in the series being of Trump supporters' dislike of liberals. As a staunch liberal, Max is a heavy detractor of conservatives and anti-SJWs, and proudly calls himself an SJW, social justice warrior, just in case anybody's been living under a rock or thinks that term is stupid. He has made several videos dispraising anti-feminists, such as dispraising. I'm not 100% sure that's even a word. God, now I need to find out. Is dispraising a word? It is! Oh my god! Okay, so I would have said criticizing, but dispraising, there you go. Anti-feminists such as Ben Shapiro, he's an asshole. Shoe on Head, no clue. And Armored Skeptic, also absolutely no clue. Someone who he accused of being a pedophile. Oh, good. However, the anti-SJW he has criticized the most is Steven Crowder, as if you would need to criticize that loser. And every week he would release a video critical of him and his show. He even made a diss track on Crowder titled Brainwashed. Despite being mostly critical of conservatives, Max has also condemned the left, especially Antifa, which does not exist, and the Black Lives Matter movement, calling them no better than the cops they hate. Max, yeah, the left can always fight with itself. It doesn't make, they are their own worst enemy. Max would make comedic satire videos related to the feminism movement, such as feminists should start hating black people. Around 2019, he began making videos related to film and film reviews. On March 4th, 2020, he released his first rap titled Don't Vote. of which he has 4 more. I assume they mean 4 more rap videos, all of them containing lyrics about his controversies. Ah, okay. So that must be what this I Can Fantasize About What I Want is about. So the Cuties review. Max posted a positive review of the extremely controversial Netflix movie Cuties. In that video, he admitted that he was turned on by the child actors and found them hot. He he called Cuties a solid film and better than most films. The video was deleted, but it can be viewed on his website, and it was re-uploaded. The video was mass disliked, receiving responses from YouTubers from all sorts of styles. Ooh, badly written. However, Max denied that he was a pedophile or a predator and refused to apologize for the video, even trying to get the video back up after YouTube terminated it. Diesel Patch's response video noted that Max didn't remember the details of the movie, or, for example, he referred to one character as Ami's uncle when it was actually her cousin, which strengthened the belief that Max only watched it for the children. No, it's possible to just not remember details. It has been confirmed that it wasn't the first time Max had made pedophilic statements. He has also admitted to beating his ex-wife. Those two things are not related, but that's nice that you put them in the same sentence. He was arrested once on suspicion of being a school shooter, as he made sympathetic comments about the Virginia Tech shooting. Sounds like a completely nutso thing to say. He would write in his newsletter about this, and he was even interviewed on live TV about his experience. Max was then arrested in 2020 for making a Reddit comment that they don't tell us what it was. However, people believe he was arrested for more than that. He was raised by a single mother. She was abusive to him, and when he was 16, she kicked him out so he could live with his dad. This was partly because she was sexually attracted to him and didn't want to hurt him. In school, at age 15, now there's no reference there that tells us where that information is sourced from, so who knows? But in school, at age 15, Max tried to become a journalist by handing out newsletters containing his opinions on current events. Okay, I don't care. His YouTube channel was terminated in January 2021. 3 months later, it was reinstated. On June 22nd, 2021, it was terminated again due to multiple or severe violations of YouTube's policy on nudity and sexual content. That seems weird. Again, no reference to that or to refer to. On June 24th, 2021, it was terminated again, and it was reinstated later. And then just 2 weeks ago, on September 2nd, 2022, his channel was terminated yet again due to several of his videos being taken down, leading to community guideline strikes as a result of them being mass flagged and reported. Some of the videos affected included the video we're going to watch, I Can Fantasize About Whatever I Want, and I'm a Pedophile. And the monster I've been fighting my whole life. As of September 3rd, the channel has not yet been reinstated. Some notable people have shown support for Max in this situation, including yourmoviesucks.org. So, a couple of things. There are some claims in here that are completely unsubstantiated. I know nothing about this guy. I've never heard of him before. I saw his name when Seth sent it in to me, and I have absolutely no skin in the game when it comes to this guy. So I don't care what he thinks. Based on some comments that he made, I mean, I haven't seen them or heard them, so I guess I'm not going to say anything. The one thing I will say is, if his mother was actually sexually attracted to him, that could have definitely had an effect on him and his life and how he was brought up, and maybe his own mental state of being and the physical qualities of his brain. If his mother had some bit of pedophilia in her, he may also have that. If there is a biological connection between pedophilia and your biology, I guess is what I'm trying to say, then sure, then maybe he inherited some of that. If it is not physically based, then I don't know what's up there. The other thing I will say is, I heard years ago an incredibly interesting article on NPR, episode of something on NPR about this guy talking about the fact that he was a pedophile. He knew he was a pedophile, and he did everything he possibly could to not be alone with children, not be around children, because he was a good person who recognized that his attraction to children was not socially acceptable, was absolutely a taboo thing, and it was probably one of the most heartbreaking things I have ever listened to. And before that, I would have said, if you're a pedophile, you are an evil piece of garbage. And this guy was clearly not that. He was somebody who knew, this is something that I have to deal with every day of my life, and it's a problem for me in my life because I don't want to be attracted to children, and yet he was. And it was absolutely, I mean, it was really difficult to listen to, because he would say, my friends would ask me to watch their kids for them when they would go out of town, and I would have to say, no, I can't do that. And yet he couldn't explain to them why he couldn't do it, because if he explained it, despite the fact that he was saying no in order to be safe, if he explained why he was saying no, he would lose those friends forever, and based on something he hadn't done and had no plans to do. And it was just absolutely an awful thing. So it is in fact possible to have sympathy for somebody who is a pedophile, because they're not in complete control of themselves. It's like saying you're a straight person and just, nope, you can't ever express to anyone that you are attracted to them, ever, because it will end your life. Try living like that. Wow. It really does put a different take on things. I mean, it did for me, at least. I was stunned by that. That it wasn't just, hey, I'm gonna get her, it's not necessarily like that. There are people that deal with things in a way that are completely acceptable, even if what they're dealing with is completely unacceptable. Anyway, let's get into this, and I'm very curious. I am also a big believer in being able to say things that you don't believe. You are also able to fantasize about things that you don't necessarily want to do. Everyone has probably been angry enough with someone in their life that they have fantasized about killing them. I don't think I'm alone in this. But I would never do that, and you would probably never do that. Maybe if things were like super explosive and the heat of the moment, somebody could go crazy and kill somebody, yes. But not normally, no, people don't really do that. It is possible to fantasize about things that you do not want to do. And I think maybe MrGirl here, Max, is dealing with the criticism in the way that he knows how, which is probably not the best way to go about it, because people are not going to respond well to it. 4 minutes, 31 seconds. I can fantasize about whatever I want from MrGirl.
You're playing Minecraft in a cave looking for diamonds. That's funny. I'm in the same cave looking for miners. Cause my sexual attraction to miners is major. Can't even play hopscotch without popping a rager. Always been a pervert, so I accept the insults. When I was a kid...
Yeah, this is definitely not the way to respond to the accusation of you being a pedophile.
I fucking molested adults. So shoe on head, dead wing, and moist hypocritical. If you bitches think I give a motherfucking shit if y'all get me banned again, get off that crack you smoking. And you can't pretend this fucking track ain't smoking. Token like the black friend. Roll you over, backspin. Roll over, you won't look back when I'm over you. I knew Max when he only had 4K subs. all L's, no dubs, no love, hold up, cause show enough I fucked every damn chance I've been given. Priapism, never let up, the sky's the limit. I'd say mind your business, but I need mindless critics to advertise my sex shit. You say I'm addicted, but you keep humping my leg, now that's addiction. No rap, no convictions, but I rap with conviction. You still got suspicion that I'm a pedo. I'm surprised I'm not, cause my mom, the lesbo, had a bitch, but she thought that I was special. I'll never forget the time she said so. She kicked me out cause she was afraid she'd rape me. Her little 16-year-old baby, it breaks me. And if I ever have my own kid who hates me, I promise I'll at least wait until you're 18.
I can fantasize about whatever I want.
You can't stop what happens in my head. Till I'm dead, I'll be singing.
I can fantasize about whatever I want.
You can't stop what happens in my head.
See, and the thing is, he's absolutely correct. You can't. And if it's in your head, it's not real. We've talked about this a lot here, right? Like, I've talked about this a lot. Your brain will lie to you. And you can make your brain lie by fantasizing about things that you don't want to do. The problem is when you do them, or when you say them, or when you say you want to do them, that's when it becomes real. That is the power of words. That is why words and information shape our reality. If he has never assaulted a child, then he may be a pedophile, but he's not guilty of assaulting a child. That's just how it is. I mean, much like the guy I talked about from the NPR video. And it's possible, I don't know why you would want to fantasize about sexualizing a child, but that's not part of me, so I don't understand that. But if you did fantasize about it, it doesn't mean you'd want to do that. It just means you thought about it. I don't know. That is a really weird gray area. But anyway, let's keep going.
Till I'm dead. Till I'm dead. I'm hiding in the woods behind your house like the Slender Man, but I'm Jewish, so it's pronounced Slenderman. Enderman, look at me, never see your friends again. Tell them to smash that like
good.
button for Benjamins. Call me Benjamin Button. That's adrenochrome, honey. The older I get, the more my demons grow hungry. And Shaylin's a feminist, don't need no feed-a-home money. Plus her hairy armpits make my penis feel funny. Oh, I never spare you the details, even if that's what you want. Like your uncle remarried two she-males. Nuance. My granddad used to...
I don't know what I think of this as a song. The music is just super basic, and I think that's because he really wants people to hear the words, because you can absolutely make out every single word. The point of the song is to get across what he's talking about, so the music is tertiary. It's certainly not primary or secondary. It may even be beyond tertiary, because I think the words are what's important to him. Then his performance, the flow, his style, it comes next, and then maybe the music, but there's not, other than controversy, and other than the fact that he's actually a pretty decent lyricist, because ignore what this is about, and there's some pretty clever lines in here, and his performance is fine. It's actually probably pretty good. I don't know if anybody who hasn't spent a lot of time working on rapping could do this as well as he is doing it, and I think he does do a pretty good job with it.
To take baths with my mama when she was 14. Guess that's where we started the trauma. There was this one time my dad said he'd throttle my throat. It was late afternoon, forgot to call on the phone. Sometimes a picture showing up at his house, shoving a motherfucking gun in his mouth. And my mom, no thanks, don't wanna touch her. Flashbacks of her asking me, what's a motherfucker? And she smiled, that's a special kind of incest. I screamed, get out, she put a soft wet kiss on my neck. I thought we're supposed to be free, thanks to Abraham Lincoln. But now you're all too scared to say what you're thinking. You're a victim? Fuck that. I cancel culture. Don't listen to these bitches, watch. I can handle vultures, dealing with these batches of weasels like diesel patches. Why it's creep show art riding my D so hard. Fucking sociopath. Yeah, you prey on folks while you doodle. I'll steal your motherfucking fans to stay afloat like pool noodles. I'm a shit YouTuber, maybe I'm too human. I tell the truth to ya, balls like Jupiter. Plus some pubic hair, shoot for the moon like Ed Boon. Look to La Luna, now give me my Pulitzer. Bullets are the cure for whatever I got. I say you can fantasize about whatever you want. Just be yourself. Really, fuck they gonna do? And if I still love me, you know I love you too. But are you ready for the most fucked up line of the song? Where you tear your hair out thinking if it's right or it's wrong? Is he trolling, mentally ill, or just horrible? You know the scariest thing about me?
I'm normal. I can fantasize about whatever I want.
You can't stop what happens in my head. Till I'm dead, I'll be singing.
I can fantasize about whatever I want.
You can't stop what happens in my head. Till I'm dead. Till I'm dead. Fuck.
Yeah, just kind of boring music. And it's not bad, it just is not exciting, interesting, all that much. Yeah. No, he's right. You can fantasize about whatever you want. There's nothing wrong with fantasizing about it, because fantasizing is not doing. You can say whatever you want. Saying something is not doing something. I don't know any better way to put it. Comedians constantly get in trouble for saying things that people somehow think they believe, and yet things go on in movies and plays and TV shows that are at least as messed up as what any comedian might joke about, and yet nobody accuses the writers of wanting to kill somebody or wanting to... It's made up. It's an act. It's a performance. It's fantasy. It's nothing. It's just thought, and thought is not reality. Doing things is reality. It's an okay song. It's okay. I think for what it is. So if I were to analyze it for what it is, the point of this song was for him to respond to people who called him a pedophile, and his response to that is to say, not necessarily, I'm not a pedophile, but if I fantasized about having sex with kids, then that's just a fantasy. It's not something that I'm doing, and you can't stop me from doing it. He's not saying I do fantasize about that, which I think is what confuses people, is they think if he's writing the song, then he must actually think that. He hasn't told us if he thinks that in this song. He's just said, you're giving me crap about something, and if it's true, I haven't done it, at least not so far as anybody can prove, right? And even if I just fantasize about it, that still isn't doing it. I still am not guilty of what you seem to think I'm guilty of. And I don't know. Maybe at some point he will answer the question of whether or not he is a pedophile, and maybe he has. I don't know. Like I said, I found out about him today. And there you go. This art is actually really good. And I like that in this little corner of his arm, if you go look at this picture, it's actually a shadow that looks sort of like a reverse American flag that even has some hash-marked stripes, like the Stars and Stripes. And I can only assume that was 100% on purpose to include an American flag here. But I don't know for sure. It could just be the way the artist drew the shadow on his arm. I doubt it. Interesting. I'll say that. It's interesting. And for what it is, I think he did a really good job of putting together a song that communicates exactly the screwed up thing he wanted to communicate in a way to probably just maintain controversy, because it seems like maybe he thrives on that. Not something I understand, but there you go. Pop Squat. Checking now. Please like, subscribe, and share. Seth, I hope you like that. I hope you like that. I don't know if you are a MrGirl supporter or if you just wanted to hear my thoughts on it, but you certainly got, or a MrGirl hater, but you certainly got lots of thoughts. Thanks very much. And once again, if you are good old, nope, not MrGirl, if you are Zilver, please contact me. I did pop a squat because I can feel my chest hurts. I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.